The story is not just about one boy or one king. It's about every person who gets lost in the glittering illusion of this world. It's a journey from the dark valleys of greed to the bright light of truth. Listen carefully, because this story will shake your heart and make you question where true victory really lies. Between the mountains, beside flowing rivers, there was a beautiful village where the air carried peace and people shared great happiness in their small homes. In that village lived a young man named Jack. He was hard-working, intelligent, but inside his heart lived a poison, the poison of greed. He had everything: land, house, cattle, respect. But his heart was never satisfied. He often thought, why do I have so little? Why can't I have everything? When he saw other people's farms, his heart burned with jealousy. When he saw others laughing happily, he felt sadness deep inside. Because one voice kept echoing in his heart, more, more, and more. One day, he stood in the middle of the village and shouted loudly, "A day will come when all of this will be mine. These lands, these fields, these streams, everything. I will become the greatest man of all." People laughed and ignored his words. But one man stayed silent. Sir Mathew. He was an old man, with a white beard and eyes full of wisdom. He gently said, "Son, come sit with me. Let me tell you a story about a man who had everything you desire, but in the end, he too was left empty-handed." Curiosity appeared on Jack's face. Sir Mathew began to speak slowly. "This is the story of Alexander the Great, the greatest conqueror of the world, at whose feet half the world lay. From Greece to India, lands, kingdoms, treasures, all were under his control. But one day, destiny reminded him that power, wealth, and fame are all temporary. He fell ill in the city of Babylon. The world's best physicians were called, but none could defeat death. Then Alexander realized the world he thought he had conquered was only a moment's sunshine, and now that moment was fading. Sir Mathew's voice grew quiet. Then he continued. Before dying, Alexander called his ministers and said, "Fulfill my last 3 wishes. The first wish, let my funeral be carried only by the best doctors of my time, no one else." Everyone was surprised. Alexander said, in a weak voice, "So that the world may know that in front of death, everyone loses. A doctor may have knowledge, but not power. Life is not in his hands. It is in the hands of the one who created us." Sir Mathew looked at Jack and said, "Son, man can search for cures, but he cannot create life. True knowledge is the one that teaches humility." "The second wish," Alexander said, "on the road to my grave, scatter all my treasures, gold, silver, and coins." Everyone was shocked. "Your Majesty, why?" they asked. Alexander smiled and said, "So that the world may see. I spent my whole life collecting wealth, but today, not even one coin has any value for me. All of it will stay here. I am leaving empty-handed." Sir Mathew said, "Son, wealth is a good thing, but when it takes over your heart, you become its slave. Money in your hand is a blessing, but money in your heart is a curse." "The third wish," Alexander said, "when you carry my coffin, let both my hands hang outside." The generals asked in surprise, "Your Majesty, why so?" With his last breaths, Alexander said, "So that the world may know, Alexander, who conquered half the world, is leaving empty-handed today. Sir Mathew fell silent. The wind began to blow softly. Jack's face was covered with sweat, as if for the first time, his heart had shown him his true reflection. Sir Mathew gently said, "Son, remember this. Greed never ends. It's a well. The more you fill it, the emptier it seems. True success isn't about how much you have, but how grateful you are. Everyone is running in the race of the world, but peace is only belong to those who have learned to stop. We all came into this world empty-handed, and we will leave empty-handed. But some people plant seeds of goodness in others' hearts, and those are the ones who live forever." Tears began to roll down Jack's cheeks. He touched Sir Mathew's feet and said, "Sir Mathew, today I finally understand. True victory is not over lands, it's over hearts. And the one who beats for others is the one who truly wins." Sir Mathew smiled and said, "Well done, my son. Now you have truly won life." This story teaches us a powerful truth. This body is made of dust, and it will stay here. But time is priceless. Ask your heart, are you collecting paper money or building an eternal legacy? Your goal should not be wealth, but character, the light you spread in this world. Remember, even the greatest conquerors left empty-handed. What remains is not gold or silver, but your name, your good deeds, and the mark you leave on other people's hearts. The real purpose of life is not to gather money, but to rule hearts and serve humanity. Because in the grave, no wealth goes with you, only your actions do. That was today's story. Now tell me, what did you learn from this story? Write your answer in the comments. I'll be waiting to read your thoughts. And yes, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share Tales by Manis. Thank you for being a part of this journey.